To start building a multi-step approval workflow in n8n, open your n8n workspace dashboard, click the Create Workflow button, and give it a name like Multi-Step Approval Workflow so you can easily find it later. Once the workflow editor opens, you're looking at a blank canvas where every automation begins. If this is your first time in n8n, just think of this editor as a space where you visually connect nodes. Each node performs one action, like receiving data, sending an email, or checking a condition. I'll guide you through connecting them in a way that handles a complete approval process from start to finish. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. The first thing you need is a trigger, the event that starts the entire workflow. Click the Add First Step button, and you'll see a list of trigger options. For an approval workflow, common triggers include a webhook, a form submission from something like a Google form, a new row in Google Sheets, or even a manual trigger if you just want to test. For this tutorial, let's assume you're using a webhook, which is the most flexible option. A webhook is basically a unique URL that n8n gives you, and whenever someone sends data to that URL, for example from a custom form on your website, it kicks off the workflow. Configure your webhook to receive the request details, the requester's name, the request description, and maybe a unique ID number. Test the webhook by sending a sample request and check that the data appears correctly in the n8n editor. This step confirms that your workflow can accept incoming approval requests. Once the request comes in, you'll want to store it immediately. Add a new node after the trigger and choose a storage application like Google Sheets, Airtable, or a database. For most small business workflows, Google Sheets is an excellent choice because you can review the data manually and it's easy to set up. Connect your Google account and select a spreadsheet where you'll save each request. In the node configuration, you'll map the incoming data, such as the requester's name, request details, current date, and a status field set to pending. Also add a field for the current approval step number. This will be crucial when you have multiple levels of approval. Test this node to ensure a new row is created in your sheet every time a request is triggered. Storing the request immediately gives you a backup record and makes it easier to audit the approval history later. Now you need to send the first approval request to the person who will review it. Add another node and choose a communication tool like Gmail, Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Discord. Let's use Gmail for this example. Connect your Gmail credentials and in the node settings, compose an email to the first approver. The subject line should clearly state approval required, and the body should include the request details from the trigger, plus clear instructions like, please reply with approved or rejected. A best practice here is to include a direct link back to the stored record in your Google Sheet, so the approver can see more context if needed. Send a test email to yourself to confirm everything looks right. This notification is the core of your workflow. It alerts the right person without you having to manually forward anything. Next, you need to collect the approval decision. The most straightforward method is to use another webhook node that waits for a response. You can set up a simple form or have the approver send an email to a specific address. But for reliability, I recommend using a second webhook that your approver can hit with a pass or fail parameter. For example, you can create a small link in the notification email that says click to approve and click to reject, each pointing to a unique URL that sends a status back to n8n. In the second webhook node, capture the response, whether it's approved or rejected, and then save that decision back to your storage application. Update the corresponding row in Google Sheets with the new status, the approver's name, and the timestamp. This keeps your records accurate and real-time. After you have the approval decision, add an if node to branch the workflow based on the outcome. An if node simply checks a condition, in this case, whether the status equals approved. Connect the if node right after the response webhook. On the true branch, you'll route the workflow to continue to the next approval step, or, if this was the final approver, to the completion action. On the false branch, you'll route it to a rejection notification. For example, if the first approver rejected the request, you can send an email to the requester explaining why, and then stop the workflow. Test both paths by sending a sample approval and a sample rejection. This logic ensures your workflow never gets stuck. Every decision leads to a clear next step. If your process requires a second level of approval, add another notification node connected to the true branch of the first if node. For instance, after a manager approves an expense, the request might need department head approval. Duplicate the pattern you used for the first notification, send an email to the second approver, include the previous decision and any notes, and then set up a new webhook to collect the second response. After that, add another IF node to handle the second decision. You can repeat this pattern for any number of approval levels. Just keep the chain consistent. Notification, response, condition, next step. Each level should also update the Google Sheet with the current step and status, so you always know where each request stands. Once all approvals are gathered and the final decision is approved, it's time for the final action. Add a node that performs whatever outcome your process requires. This could be updating a record to approved, sending a confirmation email to the requester, creating a task in a project management tool like Asana or Trello, or even moving the data to another system like a CRM. For example, if this is a purchase approval, you might trigger an automated purchase order, configure the node to use the stored data from the request, and test the completed workflow end to end. Run a sample request through all steps, confirm that notifications are delivered, decisions are captured, and the final action executes correctly. Finally, review your entire workflow in the editor. Check that every node is connected and every path has been tested. Save the workflow, then toggle the activation switch to turn it live. Once active, n8n will automatically handle incoming requests around the clock. You can monitor executions from the Executions tab to see any failures or delays. A few expert touches will make this system robust. Always add a rejection path, so rejected requests aren't left hanging. Use unique request IDs to match responses to the correct request. And consider scheduling a reminder workflow for pending approvals that haven't been answered after a day. By following this structure, you've built a complete multi-step approval system that saves you hours of manual tracking and emailing. Whenever you need to revisit or tweak a step, you know exactly where to go. Thanks for sticking with me, and if this saved you time, save the video so you can come back to these steps anytime you need to expand your automation.